everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Campus Creators Podcast. My name is Erin. I'm going to be one of your hosts today, and I'm actually the president of the Campus Creators.
And I'm Libby. I'm the director of communications for Campus Creators, and we are coming to you with the very first episode of the Campus Creators Podcast from the new Creator Studio in Old Main.
Woo! So Campus Creators is actually a relatively new club. But who even are we? Who's Campus Creators? So Campus Creators is a dedicated club for visual storytellers. So think photographers, videographers, content creators. And it's kind of just like a space to network, get to know other creators, practice our craft, build your portfolio. And just overall have a good time, you know? But like I said, we're relatively new, but Libby, how did you find out about the club?
So I found out about the club, it started in fall 2024. Our advisor, Sarah Shields, was my web design teacher at the time. And I think it was the end of class maybe, and I stuck around to ask a question, and then she just kind of like put this flyer on the board and was like, wait guys, like if y'all are interested, I'm thinking of starting this new club. And I was kind of like already intrigued because if you know Sarah, you know like she goes like all out on like, I don't even know how to describe it, but the flyer that she had made to try and like get people interested already drew my attention, and I wasn't involved like with anything at all at the time. I like knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know anybody in SJMC who had like the same interests or passions until Sarah like started this club. So I just kind of showed up and hoped for the best, and now here we are today. So
look at you.
Yeah, I know. How about you, Erin? How did you?
It's actually really interesting because I was also in Sarah's web design class. We were at different times.
Wow.
But I was in a similar boat as you. Like when I came into college, like I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't really know many people in our program who kind of like had the same vision or same shared goal as I did. And then I was in class, I was actually thinking about buying a camera. So I was actually staying after for my class too. And not only did she promote, there's the SJMC Education Abroad Japan trip, which she was promoting, but she also showed us the flyer for the club. And I was like, Erin, this is something you're interested in. You need to go for it, you know, because I also wasn't involved on anything at campus too. So a lot of my favorite things that we do in the club, people ask like, what does your club do? And we do a little bit of everything. So, for example, we have our monthly meetings where we go and have like a recap of what we've done for the month. And we have a great way to actually practice videography, photography, content creation, where me, the president, will give the club members a optional monthly prompt, like a theme. Think of it like, for example, nostalgia or a day in my life. The club members will have about a month to create a fun video or photo or social media project around it. And it's just something fun we do. It's optional, but it's a great way to practice and build your portfolio. And to also share, you know, everyone's fun work. Like that's probably my favorite part about the meetings. But what are some of your favorite things that we do?
Yeah, so for me, I really loved... So whenever I joined the club, I feel like I knew I wanted to do this, but I still feel like I didn't know everything there was to know. So I really loved the whole idea that Sarah had with bringing workshop. Like it's always a learning opportunity in this club. So with the workshops, there's so many different things. Like I know one of the first ones we had for students was getting to know your gear, because not everybody who joins this club owns the fancy equipment. Like a lot of it's smartphones. Like it's just, so the getting to know your gear was really important. The mobile shooting workshop, like you just learn all these different ways to create content, and I feel like those are really important and inclusive to everybody who's interested in learning. And so the workshops are one of my favorites. I know we just had a video editing workshop.
A lot of people came to that. I think a lot of people are interested in just editing in
learning more about the editing process. Yeah.
Socials too. I love hanging out with y'all.
We do a lot of socials. One of the, like, I feel like go-tos is just Gumby's after meetings. We will go eat at Gumby's, or sometimes Gumby's is busy and other people are there, and so we go to Whataburger. But it's always fun. It's just such a good networking opportunity that I feel I didn't get till sophomore year it was my sophomore year when the club started, because I didn't know anybody in SJMC before that. But now it's like you plan out your schedule for the next semester and you go to that class, and like, you know, people in this same college, I guess, like this school. It's just a great networking opportunity.
It really is. I'm excited for some of the guest speakers to come out too. Just to hear their input and like get like different kind of styles, or kind of different types of, creators.
I definitely agree with that. It's really inspiring, I guess, to hear, like, if you're interested in a field, I think we do our best, and Sarah too really does her best to like find people who are professionals in that field and potentially get them to come speak for us. And it's really cool to see how they started from scratch and like built themselves up. I know we have one coming up soon, I think, for Mass Comm Week we're trying to get, and I'm really excited for that one.
Me too. Why get involved with our club?
Why get involved in general? I mean, you don't know anybody with the same major until you join a club that like interests you falling under that major, I guess. Like a SJMC club.
I think getting involved on campus is so important, because when you come to college, especially like at Texas State, where there's so many students, even if you know what you're going to do or what you're interested in, there's like it's a big space. It's really hard to kind of like find your space. That's one of the big things about colleges, is finding your space. And I think I found my space with campus creators, because I met people that I really connect with. My freshman, my sophomore year, I was lost. I was really lost. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted my career to be. I knew the skills and the classes I wanted to take, but I didn't really have that connection part, that social part with a lot of the people who want to do the same thing or share the same interests. So I think really joining this organization not only pushed me out of my comfort zone, where now I'm applying to different internships and I'm getting interviews and boosting my confidence, but I've gained a lot of good friends and like a community per se.
Yeah, I think that too, and I think that opportunities really come whenever you get involved. Like, consistency is like key. I feel like I didn't get a lot of the opportunities that I have like before I started like putting myself out there, and especially with this organization, like you said, like, you know what you want to do, you have all these ideas, but you don't know how to put them into action until you start meeting other people with like the same passion, and you're bouncing these ideas off each other. You're only pushing each other forward more.
And there's
so many makes sense.
And there's so many opportunities too, I feel like, in the club.
There is, yeah, no, learning opportunities for sure. These workshops set you up. There's building your own brand. There was a workshop with that Sarah walked us through, setting pricing and all that. Like, just ways to build yourself up with people who are also trying to do the same thing. Like, surrounding yourself with that will really get you to where you want to go, I think. Like, as freshmen, I know a lot of the people in our club now. I just recently had a conversation at our bowling social with a freshman who joined the club, and she was really excited to find this club, like, as an opportunity, first coming on campus. And it made me think, like, yeah, I wish I would have had this my freshman year when I was just going to classes, like, lost and scared, not really, like, knowing anybody. But she already has all these friends in SJMC pretty much, because she showed up to these socials. She's getting to know people. She's expanding her interests and like horizons, like things she could potentially be interested in. She's like giving it all a shot right now.
I feel like she's like waves ahead of where I was
exactly yeah
at that point. Like I was very like, I knew what I wanted to do, but I just wasn't there yet. And I feel like a lot of these newer freshmen that you've been saying, that you've talked with, like a lot of these freshmen or underclassmen are like leaps and bounds ahead of where we're already at.
And it makes me really excited to see like where this club could go, because I feel like we've already made it so far, even since starting in fall 2024. Hello, we're literally sitting in a creator studio in Old Main which we did not have before, thanks to Sarah Shields, our advisor. It was very kind of her to give us this space, and we're really excited to get to use it for till we graduate and the others take over.
I have a question for you, Libby. I'm actually very curious about this.
Oh, God. Okay.
Do you think you would have been in your spot if you haven't joined
this grade? That's crazy. No. Because I don't think, networking wise, I don't feel like I would have all the opportunities that I do. I have really, like, built a portfolio just based off of, like, some of our go out and shoot, like, our monthly prompts, like, just little things like that. And yeah, just getting advice from people who know what they're doing, like Sarah and like Dale, who showed up for the first few workshops and then never again.
Dale, where are you?
But still, like, they're both such great mentors, and to hear all that they've done is super, like, inspiring. And so a lot of opportunities come from getting involved. I'm not, like, dramatizing. I'm not exaggerating that. I'm getting involved gets you opportunities. Like, I got the opportunity to be on the content team for South by Southwest.
And that looks really cool.
This club's, like, on my resume because I'm super involved. I work with Texas State Athletics now. I do, like, portrait photography every once in a while, book a gig. I tried my take at real estate photography for a little bit. Wasn't feeling it very much, but the opportunity was there because I have a portfolio, I have a resume, I have resume lines now, none of that came before this club, really. So yeah, I'm really grateful for it, if y'all couldn't tell.
Well, I'm grateful for you.
Yeah. Okay, go on, your turn.
I don't think I would have been in the spot I am now if I didn't join the club. Because I know I told you this probably before, but, like, I suffer with, like, really bad imposter syndrome. And I feel like, especially in those beginning stages of the club, when I was actually, like, taking photos and, like, just trying to practice with my, like, brand new camera, I was like, I can actually do this. This is crazy. And then I actually had the courage to, like, go out and get an internship. And now at my new internship, I'm very much like, my marketing director would come over and she said, hey, Erin, I have these goals for our social media and our professionally shot footage. We've been just sitting on it. Can you do something? And I'm like, step out of my way. I'm already there. I feel so much more confident in my ability to do stuff, maybe just stuff in general, maybe just photography to videography. I don't know, but I just feel so much more confident in myself. And I'm really looking forward to graduating.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And it makes me really excited to see, like, I know we were nervous, like, coming into the club.
And we didn't know that. We didn't know
nobody in this club knew each other before, I guess, Sarah introduced us. My favorite comparison. We are the cast of Lemonade Mouth.
Oh my God.
Because nobody whatsoever knew each other before pretty much being tossed in a room, just knowing that we had the same interests, I guess. And so it was, I don't even want to say it was awkward because I feel like the ice was broken immediately. Like, we had something to talk about, which, hey, we're all passionate about storytelling, visual storytelling, photography, videography, content creation. And so I feel like it's also really encouraging now. Like, whenever we have socials, like, that's the first thing new people still bond on is like, hey, like, this is what connects us. Let's be friends. And everybody's exchanging Instagrams. They're sharing each other's stories. Like, it's just a great environment.
And let me just say, too, like, that I feel like is one of the biggest struggles I've had in college, like, of making friends. And when you have that foot in the door of, like, oh, you like videography? I like videography. Let's be friends. Or, like, let's follow each other on LinkedIn. Like, already helps. I don't know.
Like, yeah, everybody's just constantly lifting each other up, too. So that's just, or giving advice. It's always there. I think that pretty much sums up why getting involved on campus is, like, super important. Mm-hmm. And the opportunities that can come from it, the networking, everything, really. Mm-hmm. And I think that pretty much sums up our first podcast episode by campus creators.
If you want to follow along for more episodes of our podcast, go ahead and follow and subscribe to our socials. If you're interested in joining our club, you can go to our newly launched website, txstcampuscreators.com, to sign up and fill out the membership form, or you can click the link in our bios.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.